So I just got back from second-hand shopping and I thought I wanted to show you the books that I got. These are the most amount of books that I've ever bought in one go. There's 17 books because I found 3 new stores. They're not newly open, but they're new to me. Second-hand shops in town. They were only about a 20-minute bike ride and I found so many books. But half of them are for my sister and the other half is for me because my sister is the person who really got me back into reading this year. And whenever I go secondhand shopping and I look at all the books, I always take pictures and send them to her. I could go through her Goodreads, but it's more efficient to just send her the pictures and then she can find whatever books that she likes. I think it's kind of sweet because the selection of books available at a secondhand shop, it always varies depending on who's there buying it and what books were donated. So, if you find a book, I say buy it because there is no guarantee that you will find the book again. Of course, you will eventually, I'm sure of it. But if you find a book that you like in a secondhand shop, I think you should buy it, especially considering the price. They're so much cheaper secondhand than when you buy them new from a bookshop. I used to always buy new books. The idea of having the book was more exciting to me than actually reading the books. I've got so many new books unread that I was so excited to buy and to order. I got them and then I just put them in the bookshelf and still haven't read them. But when it comes to secondhand books, you pick up books that you recognize and it gets you motivated because the scarcity of it kind of gets you motivated to read it almost immediately. Of course, I can't read 8 books in one sitting, but I feel like it's so charming and they're beautiful and I don't know, I just love it. The cheapest ones are, I think €0.50 is accurate. We use Swedish crowns here in Sweden, but around €0.50, maybe that's also like $0.50. I'm not quite sure about the rates, but I thought I would only show you the books that I got because I can't really speak for the books I got for my sister, but I want to show you the books that I got. So in no particular order, here they are. They're also, a lot of them are in Swedish and some of them are in French. Did I get anyone in English? No. I see now that I didn't pick up any books in English for myself. I have 2 in English for my sister, so maybe I'll just show you those 2. But the rest I got either in Swedish or in French. I found a couple of books, so I'll tell you the titles in English as well. The first one that I want to show you is... In Swedish, it's På västfronten intet nytt. And in English, I think it's All Quiet on the Western Front. It's about a 19-year-old in the First World War in the trenches. I haven't read it, but I've actually done a lot of work based on this book. I used to work with being a part of arranging group trips. We had 2 different group trips, one of them more focused on the Second World War and the Holocaust, where we went to Auschwitz, and the other one more focused on the First World War, where we went to France to visit trenches and take part of the history. So both of the group trips are to inform adolescents about the history and get a hands-on kind of experience actually being in the places and doing a lot of work and exercises about different people, different stories. And this book has inspired a lot of the exercises that we do and the information and history that we tell the kids that we do the group trips with. So that's super interesting that I actually finally get to read it. It was my boss who read it and then constructed this kind of the group trip, but I'm super excited to have found this and picked it up. And then we got Paulo Coelho. It's in Portuguese, his last name, so I'm not sure if that's how you pronounced it accurately. This is a Swedish copy of The Alchemist. You probably could have guessed. And I don't know, this was one of those €0.50 books. So I was just happy to find a Swedish copy because sometimes when I'm tired, I feel like it's a lot easier to just read in Swedish than in English. And especially than in Portuguese. I don't speak Portuguese and I do not read Portuguese. That's for sure. So yeah, I was really happy to find this and I've heard a lot of good things about The Alchemist. So I'm excited to see what the hype is all about. Then I got and then I got this book. It's by a Norwegian author and I read another book by him. His name is Erlend Loe and I read the book Doppler. It's translated to English as well, so maybe you've heard about it, and if not, I can absolutely recommend it. At least in Swedish, it's hilarious. I'm not sure if the language, the way he writes, if it translates good to English. I haven't read it in English, or if the humor is at all similar to what you would appreciate as a English speaker. but the Scandinavian humor, I just love it. So when I found another book of his, I thought, why not? This was also one of those half a euro books, and it just says on the front that it was absolutely hilarious and that I loved every paragraph. So I feel like this would probably also be a fun read. And then we've got two French books. This first one, they're both by Sartre, Jean-Paul Sartre. This is called Les Mains Sales. Its English title is Dirty Hands. And I'll be honest, whenever I see books in French in secondhand shops by authors that I recognize, I always just pick them up. It's just fun. I took French in high school and I've read a couple of books in French and I just feel like it's fun. I've got nothing to lose to pick it up. Apparently this is a play and I'm sure it's great. So I'm happy that I found it. Still haven't found his chef d'oeuvre, or what is it? Magnum opus. I don't even know the title in English. Oh, okay. Is it Nausea by Jean-Paul Sartre? I think that's his biggest work. And I still haven't found that one in a secondhand shop. So I'm just picking up other pieces by Sartre and hopefully reading it sometime. So that whole argument about being excited and reading it immediately, it's not always true. Some books you just pick up and you're happy to just have them and read them eventually. The second book of Sartre that I picked up is this one, L'existentialisme est un humanisme. And the title confuses me so much. In English, it's Existentialism is a Humanism. What? I don't know. It just got me excited. I want to read it. The next one is Alexandre Dumas, and it's The Three Musketeers. So I'm super excited about this one. It's in Swedish, which again, the original language is French. And this is a take that I have with books. If I understand the original language that the book is written in, like if it's an author who writes in English, then I probably want to read the author's own words in English. And the same with French as well. I feel like I want to at least own the books and have tried to read them in French, but it of course helps to have a translation. Now, when it comes to translation, I feel like it doesn't really matter that much to me if they're in English or in Swedish. This one is in Swedish, which I just, this was such a great find. I really like the cover as well. It's kind of minimalistic, but also beautiful. So I'm just happy to have found this one. I feel like that's really a good find. I'm super happy about that one. And then we got this one. It's a Polish classic by Henryk Sienkiewicz. Is it Quo Vadis in English? I guess Quo Vadis. And this is apparently one of the kind of Polish classics. I am half Polish, but I don't speak the language, unfortunately. But when I did one of the group trips to Poland that I mentioned earlier, I did pick up a book in Polish because there's something about having classics or having books in their original language that I appreciate it. So whenever I'm out traveling, I always like to find classics in the local language. But since I don't speak Polish and I especially don't read Polish, I feel like it's good to have a translation, and maybe I could learn Polish by kind of reading them at the same time in some sort of way. And then I found this book, 100 Years of Solitude, but in Swedish. And I actually already have it in Spanish and in English. So this Swedish copy, it's for my sister. And I feel like I could always read it if I wanted to. And this is super embarrassing because I have the 3 copies now and I still haven't read any one of them. But I've heard that it's quite difficult to follow along because of all the Juans and all the names, but I'll give it my best. Now I actually have absolutely no excuse. Except one of them isn't mine, but I can probably borrow it. The last book that I want to show you that I got, this is the one that I'm the most excited about. It's The Plague by Albert Camus. It's in Swedish, but I'm so excited because the cover is great. I love the publisher, and compared to, I've got it in French. I bought it when I was in Paris. Compared to the French copy, it's way prettier. But again, I appreciate reading the author's own words, but if I'm ever stuck in a translation, I don't understand a certain word or a meaning or a concept or whatever, I can always read it in a language that I understand better. So super excited about this one. And that was actually it for the books that I got for myself. I'm super happy with the haul, with all the books that I got. This is my first time doing a haul, so I really have not mastered the art of show and telling a camera things that I've bought, as you can tell. But I am super happy about these books, and I especially enjoy just making a little haul like this and showing the books that I got. So maybe you were inspired. The takeaway message here is, even if you're not inspired by any of the books, I completely understand and respect that, because we all have different opinions. And why would you buy a book in French if you don't speak the language? Or why would you buy a book that you've never heard about before? But the takeaway message is, buy secondhand books. It's amazing, the thrill that you get when you recognize an author on the bookshelf. I mean, I just want to go back to the bookstore. That's it. Catch you next time.